the process of doing this has been, Frank's book, 300, is a beautiful book. It's a, it's a graphic novel. It's a piece of beautiful art.
Just picture a train wreck, because that's what the battle was like. It was hideous. If there is a single most important element in comics, it is the drawings. And it was very important to streamline the appearance of the characters.
Frank's work is so, it is very Spartan-esque in its aesthetic. And visually, the book is stunning and strong.
You have Sparta as a country, or a city-state, Greek city-state. And here comes this invasion from the north, 1 million men.
They were basically saying, hey, this is my scrap of land, this is my wife, this is my town. I'm gonna fight for this because it's worth it.
There's a long and worthy history of stylized violence. And there was no way to tell the story of 300 without it being amazingly good.
For hundreds and hundreds of years, they were one of the paramount of the warrior culture at that time.
Zack really wanted to make this movie, and no doubt many others were just dedicated to it. I met Zack, and he's kind of irresistible. He's really charming.
Everybody has the one friend who's the great storyteller. For me, that's Zack.
Everybody's killing themselves in this thing to make it as accurate as possible, but accurate not in the sense of historical accuracy. They picked up on the stylization I brought to the drawing of it. So these Spartans are much more physical in their appearance than the real Spartans were.
He was more concerned, obviously, presenting history in the correct light. But what he didn't want to do, and what he was very clear to Warner Brothers, is that he wanted to make a graphic novel version and Frank Miller's version of this battle.
Frank, in his book, faces the same problems that we face when we make a movie. It's a graphic frame, right? It's a picture. How do you know who the characters are? What about them is distinctive? What about this frame tells me that there's 1 million guys? What about this frame tells me that there's threat? What about this frame tells me that it's night?
You're able to distill human emotion into physical action. So people aren't standing around giving speeches. Well, there are a couple speeches.
How do I take that story and tell it in a moment-to-moment way?
I would read a scene, and he would get very excited, and then he would read me something he wrote, and then I was like, he just raised the bar. So then I would have to try to. There's kind of this lovely competitive creativity that was going on.
Yeah, I saw a lot of the drawings and how much of it was based on the book. And I saw some of the models they've done for the characters.
I go, look, the way Frank solved that problem was by doing this to the sky. The way Frank solved that problem was by doing this to the terrain. We need to learn a lesson from that. And that's kind of how we've been sort of gone about trying to take that design in that world and make it real, make it into this work.
He has the ability as a storyteller to trust his instinct and to believe that there really are no obstacles.
And so that's what the script was. When I wrote the script, I just tried to get the book into script form.
Remember this day, men, for it will be yours for all time!